Hey there, fellow creator. Since the war began, over 1.5 million children have fled Ukraine, becoming refugees. And another 75,000 children are displaced every single day. According to UNICEF, this is an unprecedented refugee crisis not seen since the Second World War. And so it's time to take action and join together as creators for peace. UNICEF provides life-saving essentials to vulnerable children and families all across the world. And right now, such help is urgently needed in Ukraine. And so this is why we started Creators for Peace, to ask your help in raising awareness of the humanitarian crisis and raise funds for those affected. Fortunately, they are safe, but there are millions more children in Ukraine who are currently in danger. Through your videos, through your pictures, through your posts, ask your audience to go to www.creatorsforpeace.com and make a donation to UNICEF. You can make a difference, raise awareness, ask for donations, become a creator for peace. Thank you.
Hello, Chelsea. Welcome to the show. I'm very glad that you're accepting my invitation. The first question: could you introduce yourself and tell my audience who you are and what you do?
Absolutely. So I'm the co-founder and CEO of Immigo, where we help people around the world speak English more confidently and practice with others. And I was born and raised in South Korea, and I moved to the US when I was 17.
Okay, I got it. The second question, Amiga, what does it stand for?
Yeah, so Immigo is actually, we first started with some other company that is in the English problem space. So we were helping English teachers find English schools and vice versa. But as we were working, so in the beginning, Immigo stood for immediately go, because a lot of the teachers were from foreign countries flying into Asia or European countries to teach. And then we thought, well, amigo, like a friend in Spanish, and amigo kind of go along. It was just a quick name that we latched onto. But as we continue to, move on to this problem space of helping people feel more confident in speaking English, we saw that the name still translates. Like Immigo is kind of, still, we're connecting people around the world from 70 different countries. So makes sense for us still.
Okay. How long have you been doing your job? I mean, as a founder?
It's only been a year. And we pivoted not too long ago on this current model of Immigo, where we help people learn English in a cohort-based course model. We now have had over 500 students from 70 different countries. We've had a lot of cohorts that we launched. We partner up with a lot of YouTubers, including people who have, over 2 million followers. And we're expanding the team now into not just me and my co-founder, Ryan, who's not here today, but now we're doubling and tripling our team size. And so we're growing really fast. We were lucky to have lucky to have had investors who really believe in our vision as well, which I know you had one of the questions that you asked about, like what are some of the companies like TechStars on your website? What does that mean? We have amazing people who invested in us, who believe in future of work and future of learning, who've invested in other really great companies like Notion or Twitter, or all these investors who've jumped in to be part of the vision. So it's been only a year, but we've been really growing fast.
Okay, okay. Why did you decide to create this teaching and learning platform?
We decided because we feel the problems ourselves. So Ryan and I, when we first moved to the US, we were so nervous to speak English. We were too insecure about our pronunciation or grammar and accents that we couldn't even order something when we go to a store. And so what we ended up doing was we decided to practice with other international students who had the same exact problem. They were too nervous to speak to Americans, and we started speaking to each other. We would just make so much mistakes, but that didn't stop us from speaking. And that ultimately helped us gain a lot of confidence, just verifying that, oh, people can actually understand us. No one's gonna make fun of my accents. And it was a process, but that helped us get to where we are today, where we are now fluent. And so we know, in order for you to acquire a language, especially English, that unlocks all the socioeconomic mobility and access to information and job or school, you really need to practice. Frequency is key, which is why we came up with this Immigo, where we force you to meet with other people and speak English, because it's hard for you to motivate yourself to do it on your own. And so it wasn't like we're gonna build a learning platform. It started with like little tests that we ran, I think this is gonna help people learn English. Let's see how it goes. And then it went really well. We iterated with the second one, and then it went really well. And every cohort we had more students coming back. And so it sort of happened organically, and that's how Immigo started.
Okay, you mentioned that there's some companies such as TechStars or Google for startups trust and support you. What does it stand for? Have you ever been in Silicon Valley? Tell me more precisely about it.
Yeah, of course. So we have a lot of great investors on our cap table who are committed and aligned with our mission. So the list of companies that I listed out there, trusted, supported, are not just investors, but partnerships or other organizations that provide us resources and things to help us succeed and better support our students. And the investors, yes, we had to fly to San Francisco to secure our funding. We were growing so fast. Our student base is growing at a rate of 40% month over month growth. And so in order for us to sustain that, it's impossible for us to work between the two of us, me and Ryan. We were the only people on the team doing everything from creating the course to running the course to responding to every single student, hundreds of messages every single day that we had to process and follow up with the students, and scheduling a lot of different things and planning for the next cohort and continuing on that pipeline, looking for teachers, looking for creators. It wasn't possible for us to maintain that demand. So we decided to expand our team, and in order for us to do that, we needed the funding. So we flew to San Francisco to pitch to a lot of investors, and we got a lot of really amazing investors on board who believe in the mission and the vision of future of learning, future of work, and some great investors who've invested in really cool, awesome companies like Notion or Twitter. They also invested in us, and so we feel really lucky to have that. And another really interesting thing is not only investors in Silicon Valley / San Francisco, we also have great investors from Latin America representing multiple countries like Brazil, Mexico, Colombia, etc. And we also have European investors as well. This was a strategic decision on our part to make sure that investors from all around the world could help us reach different audience, and we can unlock that network to help more students around the world experience the power of peer-to-peer community learning through Immigo. And so not just Silicon Valley, but we have a really great representation of across the board from all around the world on our cap table.
Okay. The second question, what's your opinion about why people learning English or the second foreign language, especially English?
Yeah, I think that English specifically is inherently different from learning another second language. So if I'm American, if I'm learning French, that's most likely as a hobby, and it's it has a different socioeconomic context behind it. But if you're learning, if you're especially from a developing country and learning English, that's usually for an intent, in order for you to get a better job, better access to opportunities, better school, or better life. So English acts as a mean or medium to reach a goal, as opposed to other languages are more, I would say, discretionary. So I think a lot of people are learning English for various reasons, whether it's practical or it can be because they want to connect better and have access to more information and learn more about the world and other cultures. But I think English itself is just uniquely very different from other people learning other languages.
Okay, I see. The second, or the last question about our interview. Do you have any plans related with Immigo?
Yes, so we have a lot of exciting plans for Immigo. So as I mentioned a little bit, we are growing 40% month over month, but we will be launching more cohorts that offer more different types of topics and different types of instructors. We want to be able to continue doubling down on that 70 plus different countries to connect you guys better, to make you guys speak more and practice more. We want to double down on our product roadmap to make that easier. So that could mean not just like right now we're running all those speaking clubs and all these things on fragmented like WhatsApp, Zoom, like our website, all these things, but we want to ultimately put all that together on our platform to make it more seamless experience. And along with that, we want to start offering more Immigo subscription experience where it's not only enrolling in one cohort, but we want to have more longer living community, and also offer more cohorts where people can freely enroll in multiple cohorts at the same time. We're looking at different offerings that we can add more value to our students for people to feel more comfortable and excited and committed to practicing English. We've been organically seeing behaviors of students just connecting with each other outside of the platform on their own because they loved the experience. Right now, usually our cohorts make people or ask people to meet at least once a week, but people organically happen to meet twice or three times, sometimes every day of the week. And so we, every plan that we have, every product roadmap we have revolve around supporting that and doubling that down. All these super students who really want to learn more and practice more, how do we best support that in the best possible way? So we have a lot of amazing plans that we're excited to do, and then support that growth of 40% growth every month on the student base of Immigo.
Great. Where people can find you? Do you have any social media?
Yeah. So on Instagram, you can go Immigo, IMMIGO.io. So Immigo.io. And that's the same, homepage of our company or product. and you'll be able to find us and
Okay.
more about us.
Okay. Thank you for being here. I'm very glad that you give me your interview. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Thank
See you.
you.
See you. This was an interview from Chelsea, a co-founder. In conclusion, I would like to say that this is an amazing course, and I think you don't regret, you don't frustrate if you follow this course. I think at least you should try. In the end of this video, I would like to just add some excerpt of the video from Veronica Mark course and our mini community chat. Please enjoy it and follow this amazing course.
The video that you had to watch to prepare for our workshop today was called A Complete Guide to Goal Setting. Because right now it's the new year, January 2nd, a lot of people are setting new goals for themselves. And so that's why we'll be discussing this video today. So the first question from me to you guys is this one. I'll type it in chat. According to the video, how can we track our progress? Like goal setting progress, right? If you want to respond to this question, please use the reaction like this one. Yeah, raise your hand. And this way we'll know that you want to answer this question. So according to the video, yeah, the guy in the video talked about goal setting and tracking our progress. So how can we do that? And before we start, guys, don't be scared. No one is going to judge you. Everyone is here to practice their English. So, okay, Nada, you can be the first one.
Can you please just repeat for me the question?
Yeah, you can see it in the chat, but okay, according to the video, how can we track our progress?
Yeah, according to the video, I think the best way to track your progress is to set goals for the year and make sure to make them smarter. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they use the system. Yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit later. Yeah, that's true.
Goals are important, yes.